Friday Night Fever with Mike Ludlam.
Good evening, everyone. We've been talking about this game down in Iron County all week because Traverse City St. Francis has won a number of state titles in high school football, and even if they're 5-4, that still makes them dangerous. So they came up north this week to take on West Iron County. And believe it or not, how many scores do we have in the first half? Absolutely none. Let's go to the second half, please. Andrew Peterson over to Ryan Rogers. And this is going to get a nice gain, but there's a penalty on the play. So unfortunately, this touchdown will not count. So Peterson will say, all right, let me hang on to the football. And all of a sudden, a body gets in front of a body, and he has green grass in front of him. And he's going to keep going down inside the 10-yard line. And Peterson will call his own number again and score from 5 yards out. And West Iron County is finally on the board. Now, the Gladiators had something to say as they will run the option. Joe Studzinski does, turns the corner, and he is off to the races. This will be good for about 60 yards, but a final shove out of bounds. And Traverse City would not score on that drive. West Iron County, congratulations. They win their opener in the playoffs, 21-7. To the scoreboard in Division 8, Forest Park defeated Gogebic 30-16. I don't have highlights of this game, but Forest Park fans, we have option number 2 tonight. That's called When It Gets Loaded on the Computer. You can watch the game in its entirety at MHSAA.com. Let's go to Lonson, Lakeland, and Hubble with a touchdown. They'll put the Purple Hornets on the board, and Jimmy Veeker is going to get into the end zone as well. That one's in from 6 yards out. The Lakes come back 8 seconds in the half, and they are into the, here, that's the play right here, tip, and we have an interception by Ryan LeBurge. That would lead to a field goal with just 1 second left. So 24-6 Purple Hornets at the half. Lakeland and Hubble is into the end zone again to bring it to 24-12. However, we're going to get a touchdown pass right there in the end zone, and that puts the Purple Hornets in front. And by the time this shootout was done, Lance won 52-34. Jimmy Veeker, 174 yards and 3 touchdowns. Ryan LeBurge, a scoring pass and 120 yards. Okay, now to the other part of Division 8. This is North Dickinson and Pickford. Noah Berg goes 36 yards for the touchdown, but Pickford still had the lead 14-12 in the second quarter. That would be erased moments later as Tim Ruska rode in on the 2-point conversion to tie it at 14. Pickford regained the lead. Elijah May leans and dives across the goal line to make it 22-14 Panthers, but Berg finds the goal line again to make it 22-20. That was the score for Pickford at the half. Jared Hatfield is going to get hit by Matt Schultz. Doink! That gives the Pigskin a chance to roll around the ground. Justin Clark recovers. North Dickinson played very well in the second half and won 41-22. So the Nordics are into the district final against either Munising or the North Central Jets. First quarter action, Jets already in front 14-0. Austin Kelto with the keeper for Munising, and he's going to find a path down the sideline, and yes, he hits the pylon. That's good for a touchdown. Well, at least it should be, but I guess we didn't make the end zone. Cody Hayes will take care of that, and the Mustangs are within 1 score. Kelto will get back to work in quarter number 2 as he scored to tie it at 14. Then North Central is driving. Rob Granquist finds Jason Whitens 9 yards, and the Jets regain the lead 20-14. On the Mustangs' next possession, Kelto is looking downfield, and this one wobbles just a bit, and it's not going to find a Munising receiver, but it's going to find Jason Whitens, and he'll be tackled at the Munising 34-yard line. And the Jets will capitalize. Granquist to Travis Vincent for 19 yards right in front of us. 28-14 Jets at the half, and they go on to win over Munising 35-21. So North Central, North Dickinson next week. Meanwhile, in St. Ignace, the Saints, all kinds of fun against Hillman, and Gage Kresge, the sophomore, gets some room down the sideline, and he is going to roar into the end zone, 70 yards. And the Saints are off and running almost literally. Tyler Snyder to Kresge again, 14 yards, just short of the end zone. But James Kreiderman takes care of business. And the scoreboard was very busy tonight in St. Ignace. Brandon Oya takes the handoff, and oi! Fin. This one is good for a long touchdown run as well, 55 yards. Hillman couldn't take advantage of getting the offense going, so Kreiderman will score again. And the Saints move into the district final very easily by the count of 60-19. Meanwhile, in Division III, congratulations to the Blue Devils of Sault Ste. Marie, easily getting past Ionia, 48-18. In 8-man football, Engadine, with the only upset of the night, defeated Cedarville 28-26. Engadine will visit Rapid River. The computer's not liking me tonight, but I can tell you that Rapid River defeated Posen 60-25. Jake Pearson had 8 touchdowns for the Rockets, 5 running and 3 passing. His rushing stats, 12 carries, 191 yards, and yes, 5 touchdowns. Now in Wisconsin football, as we change the page, Hurley defeats Athens 36-0. The Midgets move into the state quarterfinals next week. Mark Sari had 1 touchdown run and a kickoff return for another touchdown. He has now set a school record for Hurley with all-purpose yards, 1,929. When we come back, we will check on the NMU volleyball team, trying to stay in first place in the GLIAC North Division as Grand Valley State comes to Vandement Arena. We'll look at that, check on the Pistons. We'll be right back. NMU, Grand Valley State, and Ferris State are all 10-1 in the GLIAC North Division of volleyball. And Grand Valley State came to Vandement Arena tonight, and NMU in the second set is going to get the point right there from Lena Lopes off the net cord. But Grand Valley still had an 11-10 lead, and Grand Valley won the first set. Next, it's Kalisha Harley setting Callie Heron for a kill off the block. Grand Valley State still had a 1-point lead at 13-12. NMU, and they just kept going back and forth for a while in the second set. Harley to Sarah Hamilton. She buries that kill. She had a dozen kills on the night. It was tied at 16. It was tied at 20, but Grand Valley State would get the set here as Betsy Ronda led all Lakers with 13 kills, and Grand Valley won the second set 25-21 and the match 3-0. On the scoreboard, Ferris State also won, defeating Michigan Tech 3-1. Kendall Ward and Shelby Jones each had 14 kills for the Huskies. So Ferris and Grand Valley are now in the lead in the division with 11-1 records, and Ferris State will come to NMU tomorrow. Meanwhile, Northwood defeated Lake Superior State tonight 3-0. In GLIAC women's soccer, Michigan Tech had 2 goals from Lexi Harrowig in the first half. Haley Kreitz a goal and an assist in the contest. And the Huskies defeated Malone 3-1. NMU and Walsh played a lot of soccer, ended up with a draw at 1. College basketball season getting underway for the Gogebic Community College men. 78-60 winners over Fond du Lac. Gordy Kohegi led the Samsons with 20 points. Uintral Creek's Jordan LaPlante had 13, and North Central's Bryce Bilski converted 10 points. To hockey, Michigan defeats Michigan Tech 3-2 in overtime. CJ Ike had one of the Michigan Tech goals. In high school football playoff action tomorrow in Division 2, Marquette travels to Midland to take on the Chemics. In Division 5, Menominee will host Houghton, while Kingsford travels to Grayling. In Division 6, Negaunee entertains Indian River Inland Lakes. That's at 1 o'clock Eastern. And in Division 7, Ishpeming will take on Mansalona for the second year in a row. The NMU football team is also home tomorrow, also at 1 o'clock. Yes, it's a pattern, taking on Northwood. Michigan Tech, also at home, also at 1 o'clock, taking on 7-0 in the conference, Saginaw Valley. Of course, there's Michigan Tech hockey that will be on Fox Sports Detroit tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. So very, very busy weekend. We hope you can enjoy it as long as the weather holds up.